I'm Doug.
And I'm Amber.
We're the Pooks.
Yep.
Since 2018.
5 years, you guys.
Yeah, we just celebrated our 5-year wedding anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm a hairstylist in the area, and we had 2 people that had actually come to RCC, and one in which is Kimberly Powell. She just kept coming in and she was telling me about this church that she went to. And she was like, it's just a really great Bible-based church. Who's there? They're for the people. And it's just really accepting. And I think coming from kind of like a biblical, like traumatic past in a way, it felt really good to like hear about like a really normal church who was just teaching the Bible and accepting people as they came. And I just thought that it was really great. And I went home and I said, hey, Doug, we're going to church on Sunday. And he said, all right, let's go.
I mean, that's honestly how
it's literally how it went.
We were living in, we just started, living life without church since we moved here from Nashville. And so the thought was we want to get plugged in somewhere.
When we moved here, it was a very difficult part of our life. We came to move to be closer to family. And when we were doing life by ourselves without being connected into a church, the topic of divorce came up. And we went to therapy and we tried to do it the real world way. And therapy helped us in a way, helped us learn to communicate, but it didn't heal us. And when we finally kind of got to that second breaking point, is when it just happened to be that Kim came in that day. And that Sunday we went. And when we got here, it was like there was a song about anxiety, and I had been dealing with crippling anxiety, depression, all of these different things. And then there was the female drummer that comes and drums. She wrote a book about anxiety, and she was able to give me that book. And before you know it, we're connected into a church. Our marriage is completely different. A lot of the wounds that were there have been able to be healed through Christ. It's the first time in nearly a decade I'm not on an antidepressant, which is like a huge win. And overall, it's healed a lot of demons that I didn't know that I had inside. And it's given me a place of belonging. And I think that's really cool to feel. Yeah.
I think for me, with everything that Amber just said, in my own little world, I guess you could say, is I was disengaged. I took the Jesus switch and I turned it off. Been doing it for so many years and came down here and we're isolated. Essentially for me, I'm isolated. I'm with her, my in-laws, my family, but away from everything I've ever known, all of my groups at home in Nashville, and just disengaged and isolated. And I could see it was making a negative impact on me, in my marriage to Amber. And it got ugly a lot. And a lot of it I take the blame for because I allowed myself to go into dark places. And so getting plugged in to a church is wonderful. You should do it. But getting plugged into the right church where you're being fed, where you're instantly, like, I don't know if it's instant for everyone, but it was instant for me. Like, walls came down, heart open, and I can breathe that air that I missed breathing and I didn't realize I missed it. And that was the Lord opening up my heart again, opening up my love for serving, but it opened up my heart for my marriage.
It was like 3 months into us coming to RCC. I was like, oh, there's the guy that I met. I found him.
It was, I didn't look, beard was still there, but boy, it looked different though.
But the heart was back, and that was really amazing for me.
And I think the biggest thing was, could have got plugged in anywhere and gone through the motions, but plugging into Rocket City Church, it was divine intervention for us. It really was.
God gave us RCC. He saw what we needed and he gave it to us.